The Coaches Show is brought to you by Highway 55, Burgers, Shakes, and Fries, Nunboys.com, and GPS Photography and Video, GPSPhotoandVideo.com. Welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm Glenn Young alongside head women's basketball coach Sakellie Daniels. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Highway 55, Burgers, Shakes, and Fries, Nunboys.com, T-shirts, marketing, advertising, GPS Photography and Video, 1080p HD, GPS Photography and Video, GPSPhotoandVideo.com. Coach, congratulations, 1-0 in the conference.
Thank you, thank you.
It's always good to get that first win out of the way. You were home. Did your team perform like you expected they would?
They exceeded expectations by far.
After that break, I mean, it's like they didn't miss a beat.
Not at all.
Who were your top performers?
I actually had 4 of my starters that went double figures with 10.
Wow.
And my 5th starter had 9. So all of my girls basically were on the cusp of averaging 50 points.
Wow. And
by 5 players.
Everybody's almost in double figures. Had good production off the bench. So,
yes.
So that's a good balance. Has this been pretty much the standard the whole year, or was this the best production game, you would say?
I would say it's probably the best production game we had because we did something different and the girls adjusted well, and I would say almost all of them were ready, when the time came. So
it would appear that they're peaking at the right time. And we talked a little bit, a couple weeks ago about the chemistry and everything gelling.
Right.
I mean, you really wanted to gel in the conference, so 1-0 was a big win. It sort of seemed close early, but then y'all just kept pulling away and couldn't run with you. I think they had one player that got injured on the floor. Ended up with final score 60-45. So, I mean, congratulations, Coach. I mean, this is what you expected, I gotta think, from back in November when you first started?
I always knew that the girls were capable. Whether they were gonna have the production that they did or that we displayed on last Friday night, it was 50-50. I didn't know whether they would or wouldn't, but I'm definitely proud of the girls that they displayed all of the things that we worked so hard on from preseason up until conference. So very pleased.
Now Mo seemed to got into a little bit of foul trouble towards the end. The referees, I mean, how can I say it? You don't always want to talk about the referees. They shouldn't be part of the game. Early on, it was like, didn't know they were there. Then when it got late, a lot of ticky-tack stuff started getting called. Who were your thoughts on that? I mean, it didn't seem like the two teams were getting chippy. It was just that the referees seemed to call it tighter games. Does that mess with your game plan?
It does a little bit because we're a tempo type team.
Okay.
So at any time that the tempo slows down is definitely not favorable for us, or not where we play our best game. I mean, we can play a slower game, but is that what we like to do? No, because I think I have some of the quickest guards that you will see in the conference. So when I can get them out and running, then our production will be probably a lot better and a lot higher.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Lumberton coming up this Friday, second game in the conference. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Coaches Show. We're at Highway 55. I'm Glenn Young with Coach Sakellie Daniels. Coach, second game in the conference on Friday. The second home game, which is good. And the Lumberton Pirates come in here. Talked a little bit about them last week. Whatever you know now that you scouted them a little bit more closely now that it's game week.
Right. They have very accurate shooters, and they're an aggressive team. Rebound well. They have a guard that fills up the stat line everywhere. Steals, assists, rebounds, points.
Wow.
She does a little bit of everything. So looking for a good game.
Great perimeter shooting.
Yes, perimeter shooting. They have about 4 players who can shoot the 3.
Okay. So are they more or less a running team? I mean,
they do a little bit of everything. They run. They can score in the low post. They could penetrate and pull up.
Wow.
They definitely hit the open
They
three.
got the whole package. And it's not just one player. I mean, their top 5 is all pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
What would be your approach with them? I mean, you want to start off and play your game with the up tempo, or you gonna lay back and just see what they bring and then make adjustments from there?
No, we're definitely not going to lay back because we don't want them to impose on us,
Right.
you know, their will or have a chance to take control of playing the game their way.
Right.
So it's going to be important that we stick to our game plan, play our game, and defensively lock down all the things that we know of them to make them do something different.
Now, what's their record overall in the conference? Well, overall on the
Overall, they are 10-1.
10-1. Of course, they played last Friday night, opening conference too.
Yes.
Who did they play?
If I'm not mistaken, I think they played Pinecrest.
Okay. So I mean, this will be a test again. Well, every game I guess you could say is a test of your team. But you know, if you get the second win in the conference, I mean, you'll be looking pretty good. And I know we talked a little bit about the playoffs. Don't want to look too far ahead, but the top 3 are going to go. And I got a feeling that Hope County's going to be there. I mean, it's just based on, I think everyone's surprised, pleasantly surprised at how well you're doing this so far this year. And I don't know what they expected. All they know is it was a new coach. But I mean, I got to say, Coach, you're looking pretty good.
Thank you.
So keep it up. So glad, as always, that you take time to sit down and talk with me. Tell me a little bit about the game plan. Not too much, but I always appreciate it. Testing this week, has that shortened your practice day?
It's shortened practice a little bit because, of course, academics is first. So we want to allow the players to, you know, have time to study to make sure that they're able to have their mind focused this week for exams. So that's taking a little bit off of our practice time, but, you know, we're still getting the most out of it that we can.
Well, again, Coach, appreciate it. I'm going to let you get to it.
Thank you.
So you can finish off the rest of your week. We'll see you Friday night.
All right.
I'm Glenn Young for Coach Sakellie Daniels. Coming up, we're going to highlight a scholar athlete here at Hope County High School, so you don't want to miss that. So we'll be right back. We're back. Welcome to the Coaching Show. I'm Glenn Young. We're at Highway 55, Burger, Shakes, and Fries. As you know, the show is brought to you by nunboys.com, marketing, advertising, t-shirts, GPS photography and video, 1080p HD, GPS photography and video, gpsphotoandvideo.com. Wanted to take a break on the Coaching Show, focus on a scholar athlete. And today we're going to put the spotlight on Leya Deikman. How you doing, Leya?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, we had to sort of single you out. And let me get my stats here. 4.8 GPA.
Yes, sir.
2-sport athlete, volleyball and wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Which do you like better?
It's kind of like in between each sport. I played volleyball for 9 years of my life, and then
Okay.
wrestling I started my 10th grade year. But like I fell in love with it. It was like an adrenaline rush.
Really?
Yes. You get on the mat and you just zone out.
Who talked you into wrestling?
In Texas, I had a coach. His name was Coach Chavez, and he was trying to get all the girls out. We had a team of 10 girls.
Right.
So it was kind of like, come out and wrestle. It'll be fun. And then I just fell in
And you
love.
were hooked.
I was hooked.
So are you like an MMA Ronda Rousey type attitude? Is that your approach when you come out there?
No, not really. It's more like, oh, I'm scared, but then you hear that whistle and it's like, okay, I'm going.
Now, obviously, one of the biggest things is you guys wrestle the boys.
Yes, we do.
What's your record so far this year?
4-3.
4-3. Now, all those wins came against girls, right?
No, they're all.
So you beat 3 boys 3 times. What's that like?
Really, you're supposed to look at them like as a wrestler, so I just see them as a wrestler. But I don't think it's the same in return.
Right. How did they take getting beat by a girl? I guess that's the ultimate question.
Yeah. It really depends on the boy.
Really?
You'll have some boys who be like, that was a great match. Or you have the ones that are like, you really just beat me, and they'll just lay and pout.
And then, of course, their teammates give it to them as well.
Yes, and
So it's pretty tough. So, I mean, has that been a challenge for you?
yeah, especially conditioning, like in the weight room. The coaches don't treat me like a girl. The boys definitely don't treat me like a girl. It's like you have no slack.
Wow. So you came here from Fort Hood, Texas, military transplant.
Yes, sir. Army
Just talked
brat.
to your mom earlier, Army brat. 4.8 GPA. And right now, if graduation were today, you'd be the valedictorian.
Yes, sir.
So testing going on this week. Are we still good?
We're still good.
All right. We're expecting that. Another challenge you've had, unlike many teens go through, you're a teenage mother, and that's been a significant challenge for you to overcome all this. To play 2 sports, maintain your grades at a 4.8 GPA, and didn't want to single you out, but I am because I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Take me through what's your day like getting up?
A normal day? We wake up about 6 a.m. or really it's baby schedule.
And you have a son?
Yes.
What's his name?
His name's Kendall.
Kendall. Okay,
Yeah.
so you and Kendall get up what time?
At 6.
6. Okay.
6:30. I'm not a morning person, so he's a morning person. So he usually wakes me up.
Right.
Then I get him dressed for school. He has to leave by 7 with my mom. We recently put him in daycare, so he has a schedule too.
Right.
So he has to be in there by 7:30. So which I get dressed by 7:30. Occasionally miss the bus.
What happens if you miss the bus? Mom got to take you?
Yes.
Okay.
She's my backbone. Then I go to school from 8 to about 3:40. I have practice from 3:40.
First bell's at 8 o'clock?
No, at 8:30.
8:30? Okay.
Yeah, I usually get around there around 8:10. Then
I haven't heard you mention that you had time to grab you any breakfast. Okay.
I wish I could eat. No. I usually bring snacks throughout the day.
Okay.
Though. Key is eating, especially being an athlete. At 3:40, we have practice till about 6 o'clock. It kind of ranges. This week it's 5. Our coaches are really flexible, especially when it comes to schoolwork.
Right.
They know it's first. From 5:30, 5:36, I go home. I get handed my baby. I walk in the door.
You mean
And I-
mom? You mean mom doesn't take care of you?
Oh,
Baby?
no,
Okay,
no.
I hear you.
It's like I can't even use the restroom.
Good for you.
I walk in, I'd be like, I have to use. No, here you go. He sits in the bathroom with me, and then I feed him dinner. I bathe myself if I can, if I put him to bed for. Then I lay him down about 7 o'clock. He's pretty good, baby, for the most part.
What did your coaches say to you first? Who was your volleyball coach?
Shauna Monroe.
What did she say to you as you came in? What position did you play in volleyball?
I play setter.
Okay.
She really needed a setter, so first she was encouraging me. She used to tell me she didn't think I was that good.
Really?
Because she never seen me play. And, being 200
Everybody see you a
pounds.
transplant, you come in from Fort Hood, who's this kid?
Yeah, and I told her I wanted to play, but at the time I was 200 pounds and 9 months pregnant.
Okay.
So she didn't really take me serious at first. But I came during the summer.
So you arrived here in the summer?
Yes.
And you had your baby when?
January.
January, okay.
Yeah. During the summer last year, I went to summer workouts, and we kind of just formed our own team. We fell in love with each other, played the game, and then our season was pretty
So your
good.
son was born January 2015?
No, yeah, January 22, 2015.
Okay. So, you had quite a year.
It was.
A significant challenge. Now, your wrestling coach is Coach Walworth.
Yes.
And how's that been?
Coach Walworth.
Yeah?
He's quite a man.
Yeah, he's an offensive coordinator in football, so but I know you had a lot of fun.
Yes, he does.
But,
he makes it interesting.
To take through this has been a significant challenge. A lot of kids would have just folded their tent and said, hey, I'm done. But you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you, and I'm glad you sit down and talk to me. Have you wrote your valedictorian speech yet?
No, I have not. But I have thought of a quote that kind of important to me. And there's always going to be roadblocks. And mine is, it's never your excuse, it should be your reason. The reason you do everything.
Sounds like a great start.
Thank you.
Leya, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Leya Deikman, scholar athlete, two-sport athlete, 4.8 GPA. Right now she's a valedictorian, but I'm sure you're going to finish strong.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to me again.
Have a good night.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Coach Kwame Patterson. He is in the house as we continue with the Coaches Show. We'll be right back.